After arriving on Mars, the astronauts were shocked to discover that the air on this planet was breathable. The astronauts were puzzled. How could oxygen be produced on Mars? But the biology doctor said that this was not something they should be concerned about, because the spacecraft that brought them to Mars had been damaged. But just as they were looking for help, a strong snowstorm suddenly appeared ahead of them, and the sky became dark. The three of them, desperate to survive, quickly found a cave to take shelter in. The temperature outside the cave began to plummet. If they went outside, they would freeze to death. After the storm ended, they prepared to find the probe ship. Before they had gone far, they discovered a large amount of algae. It was this algae that had produced oxygen on Mars. At that moment, the two realized that the algae had been planted on Mars by humans earlier. This had changed the environment of Mars, and life had begun to appear around the algae. The biologist quickly collected the insects to bring back to Earth for study. But just as they were about to leave, the biologist suddenly coughed up blood. When the blood hit the ground, the insects began to gather. At that moment, the biologist realized in horror that these insects were not just herbivores. Soon, the insects began crawling toward the biologist, and he knew he couldn't escape. So he quickly handed the insect samples to his companion, hoping he would definitely bring them back to Earth to survive and leave this place. The man relied on his strong willpower and finally found the probe ship. But when he boarded it, he froze because the probe ship's power had been depleted. But at this critical moment, the mechanical dog suddenly appeared, ready to hunt the man. And the man clearly knew that if he could kill the mechanical dog and seize its internal energy system, he could pilot the probe ship away from Mars. So the man used the surrounding devices to design a trap. When the mechanical dog appeared, the man quickly dodged and intertwined the electrified wires, causing an explosion. He seized the opportunity to take the mechanical dog's power system and plugged it into the probe ship's interior. Finally, he piloted the probe ship away from Mars, carrying the life samples toward Earth.